Hi everybody, it's Bob from Mountain Crest Farms again. How y'all doing this morning? It is a beautiful Sunday morning, June 2nd. Not a cloud in the sky. That means it's going to be a beautiful day. It means it's going to be hot. Although it's not going to be too bad. I think the forecast high for the day is about 83, 84. And actually in the next week, we may see 1 or 2 days in the high 70s. Still kind of on the edge there, high 70s, low 80s over the next 10 days. Trying to think about what to talk about today, and I came out, I set up the camera, took a sip of my coffee, smoked a cigarette, looked around, and all of a sudden it struck me. What I need to talk about today is easy. Feeling overwhelmed. I don't. Some people would say I should. And I think all of us get to feeling that way a little bit. But y'all know I've got this little farmette, micro farm, homestead, whatever you want to call it here. And frankly, the place is falling apart. Not is falling apart, has fallen apart. You know, if you drove by my place and looked at it right now, just driving by, you would figure white trash lives here. It looks like, well, to be short, it looks like crap. There's not trash laying around, but God, it's junked up. Part of that is I don't throw stuff away. I've got a farmer attitude, you know. It might not be what it was, but it might be something you can use later, repurpose. So I don't throw stuff away. But part of it is, you know, and y'all know, until the last month and a half, for 7 or 8 months, since last half of last October, I really hadn't been able to do anything. One of the last videos I did last October was my little micro greenhouse that I was building so that I could grow microgreens. It's in the same position it was last October. There's the bigger hoop house up there that I was going to use to grow lettuces and arugula and kale. All those things people will pay high dollars for, to have the frou-frou sitting on the edge of their plate in a restaurant, or to take home and make fancy salads. It's still sitting in the same position it was last year when I made that video putting the ground cover down. Between the two, I've got a bit of, well, right by the little greenhouse for the microgreens, I've got a bed of strawberries. I can't see it. I'm sitting here looking right at it. It's 30 feet away. I can't see a strawberry plant. It's a 4 by 25 raised bed that has either 60 or 80 strawberry plants in it. I can't see a strawberry plant. What I see is weeds that are about this tall. Oh, and you see where my hand is? And I'm 6'1". And just past it, 30 inches away, is another raised bed, same size, that has 60 asparagus plants in it. I can't see any. Well, that's not true. I can see some asparagus, because asparagus is a fern, and when you let it go, it grows tall. So that bed has weeds that are this tall, and the fern tops off of asparagus plants that are this tall. Neither bed's been touched in, well, early last summer. All that needs to be done. I had some trees come down in a storm. As a matter of fact, when I was down in Atlanta for 2 weeks for radiation treatments, my phone rang one day, and it was Cindy, and she said, "We got pigs out all over the place. They're running everywhere." I said, what happened? She said, tree came down in a storm last night and came down across the fence. And I said, sweetie, I'm 70 miles away. What am I supposed to do about it? She said, well, I just wanted to let you know. I said, okay, call Dave. Dave's a friend of mine. Dave's probably as good a friend as a person could have. I need help. I call Dave. Dave's here. I don't need the help right now. Dave might show up in 2 or 3 days, but he'll be over here to help me. I said, call Dave. Well, she called Dave. Dave got a friend. They came over here, got out the chainsaw, started cutting up trees, fixing the fence and everything. Of course, when it came to gathering up the pigs, Dave don't have a clue what to do. But Cindy and Sarah gathered up the pigs, got them back in. But there's down trees in the pig area that need to be cut up. The fence needs to be fixed right. It was put up kind of jerry-rigged. I hadn't ridden my fence. I got a fence around acre and a quarter of my 2.5 acres. That's the pig area. I haven't ridden my fence since all this started. Should be ridden once a week. Make sure once a week and every day after a storm. Make sure you don't have trees down. I hadn't ridden that fence since October. Oh me. And then there's just the other stuff, just the little stuff that catches up. I've done a little bit. About a month ago, changed out the well pump. The pump had gone out, and it was pumping just barely, and we were turning the pump on and off. Turn it on, use what water we needed, turn it off. Turn it on, water the pigs, turn it off. Real aggravating, but at least there was water. And about a month ago, I got where, yeah, I can change it. That's a half-a-day job to get out and a half-a-day job to get in. And I'm going to turn this off for a minute. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Usually y'all see my neighbors coming by, but I've got one neighbor up the road I just do not get along with. I think he's the biggest piece of scum on the face of the earth, and he thinks I'm the same thing. So we just agree to not agree about anything. Anyway, when you hear a Harley coming, you can bet I'll be turning the camera off and then back on, because that'll be him. But anyway, just so much around here that needs to be done that I hadn't been able to keep up with, except for the well pump. And I could let that really bother me. But my attitude about that, my attitude about a lot of stuff, I drive Cindy crazy because I don't worry about anything. I worry about nothing. That's an honest statement too. I'll think about stuff and I'll be a little bit concerned. Okay, how should I do this, or what should I do about that? But I refuse to worry. And here's why. Out of all the emotions you can have, love, fear, sadness, of all your emotions, they all serve a purpose. If it wasn't for love, we'd be like the animals. We'd just mate with whoever came along, and all the males would be trying to spit out as many kids as possible to further the species. Love's what gives us being married and having an emotional attachment to somebody. So love makes sense. Fear makes sense. Now, a lot of people will say fear doesn't make sense. I say fear does make sense. Sometimes there's things happening that you just have no control over and that will hurt you. I'm afraid of tornadoes. I can't control it. I can't whip it. And if I see it coming toward me, fear is going to make me run like crazy in the other direction. Fear is a good emotion. sadness. When we lose a loved one, or a long-time pet dies, you're going to be sad. It's part of the healing process. It serves a purpose. But worry doesn't serve any purpose at all. Cindy, like I say, I drive Cindy nuts. I don't worry about anything. And finally, a long time ago, shortly after I met her, and she said something about it, I pointed out just how useless worry is. I said, look, if you got a problem, if there's something in your life that normally you would think would worry someone, don't worry about it. Do something about it, if you can. If you've got a problem, I don't care what the problem is. My problem, I've let the place go. My microgreens need to get started. I can make some money selling them. My salad greens need to get started. I can make some money selling them. My asparagus and my strawberry beds need to be cleaned out. Their asparagus and strawberries last 10, 12, 15 years. Those aren't but 3 years old. They can be cleaned out. I can make some money off of them. Those are problems that I don't need to worry about. If you've got a problem and it can be fixed, I can finish the microgreen greenhouse, start growing microgreens, and generate some income. I can finish the big hoop house, grow some salad greens and sell them, and generate some income. I can clean out the asparagus bed and the strawberry bed, generate some income, help support the homestead. Those are problems that I can fix. Don't worry about them, Bob. Fix them. There are problems that you cannot fix. Y'all probably going to get tired of me always having something to say about having gotten cancer. I didn't worry about it. I can't fix it. What I can do is I can get good doctors that know what they're doing, and I can put it in their hands. I can put it in God's hands. I can put it in y'all's hands, asking for prayers, which I have done. And then I just sit and wait. I don't worry about it. I can't fix that problem. I leave it in the hands of people that can. And any problem I can't fix, that's what I do. I'm having a little tussle with the IRS right now. I've sent them all the information they've asked for. They're going to agree with me or disagree. Whatever they say I've got to deal with, I can't fix it. I've done what little I could to fix it. I don't worry about it. If they say I owe them the money, then I'll pay them the money. If they say, hey, Bob, you're right, you don't owe us the money, then I won't pay them the money. But I can't really do anything, and what good does it do to worry? So that's the thought I really want to leave with y'all today. Don't worry. Worry is a totally wasted emotion. If you've got a problem and you can fix it, don't worry, fix it. You've got a problem that you can't do a thing in the world about, don't worry about it. Let it go. There's nothing you can do anyway. So I think that's about going to be all for today. Beautiful day. 2nd of June. And it's going to be a hot one. But it's still a beautiful day. Every day is a beautiful day. I figure when I wake up in the morning, if I look up and I see the green side of grass instead of the brown side of grass, it's a good day. If I look up and see dirt, I'm in trouble. So, y'all have an awesome day. Always remember 2 things. Number 1, the tomb was empty. And number 2, thank God he is alive. See y'all next time. Have a good day.